I just want to give you an update on my project. Now, not everybody knows about it, but when I was first in the hospital and I was laying there and I couldn't leave, couldn't do anything, I wondered, what should I do? I need to keep my creative juices flowing. So I laid in bed and I came up with this sort of interaction between myself and my disease, which is ALM, leukemia. So I said, you know what, since I'm a stop motion animator, I'm going to create some puppets, and I'm going to create the two characters, one being me, one being leukemia, and there would be some sort of interaction. It's not a deeply cerebral interaction, but it's just kind of like a quick feeling of my wanting to interact with this process that's happening to me. And I decided that it would just be kind of fun to do. So I've made a couple of puppets, and I've got some photos of the progress of the puppets, but here's the puppets almost complete. I have a few more details to do. And so this is my character here. I'm going to show you some close-ups. He looks a little strange right now because he doesn't have his beard on. At one time I had hair and a full beard. And the first thing that went when I was doing my treatment was my hair. And then the beard itself was the last thing to go. And so I've created this beard, and it's made from needle felting, and it's got paint on it to make it a little stiff. These, the eyes right now are, they're just fixed. But what I have going on here, and I'm going to put my glasses on so it's easy for me to see, but I have this, I have these little punched holes or little pieces of vinyl, and they're sitting against the eyes so that they could be moved around. There's a little bit of Vaseline on those eyes, and I can move them around. The lids and these lower lids are made out of a soft polymer, not polymer clay, a soft oil-based clay. So here's my character. I've made some little replacement mouths that also kind of stick to the face in a similar fashion. So you can see I'm starting to get a little bit more like myself. And then I actually have these little eyebrows that I've created too. There's one right there. And these are all movable when you're doing stop motion. You want the ability to change expression so you can make the character look sad or happy. You can see that those are a little off. But the character is made out of foam, and these pants are actually made from a pair of socks that, if you've ever been to the hospital, they give you these socks so you don't slip and fall. So part of my idea was to use a bunch of these things that I got from the hospital to make the puppets. This right here is this thing here. This kind of covers the port in my arm, how I get my medicine. So I wanted to represent that in the puppet. So this character is fully posable and can look around and move around. And my big plan is to animate this in the hospital and actually make the whole thing happen while I'm there. So that's me, and then here's some more replacement mouths and things like that. Now Luke, or Leukemia, is a character that's a little bit more dynamic and theatrical. I had some help from my daughter and my brother to kind of come up with the color scheme and the costume. But there's the character there, and he too has a set of replacement mouths. So these have magnets in them. You can see the magnet right there, and here's a magnet. Here's another magnet on the back of that, and those faces just stick on there like that. He's missing his pupils right now, but he's fully articulated. You know, he can move. Now his hair is made from tubing. The red represents blood. It's not actually blood, but all these little tubes were the tubes that used to be connected to my arm at one point or another while getting medicine. His whole outfit's made out of medical tape, and so he too is made up of all these things that I've interacted with and had to be a part of while I was at the hospital. He's going to eventually have pupils, but I'm going to change the color of the pupils. And to make those perfect little circles, I got some sheet vinyl, and I got this brand new set of punch tools to punch the right size holes for their eyes so they move around. I'm going to be using the background of the hospital room. I'm hoping they're going to let me shoot it. It's going to be kind of quick, down and dirty. I'm not trying to fool anybody that this is not happening in the real world, or a world of their own. It's happening in my world, in that hospital space. And that's the update, and these are the puppets, and I just wanted to show everybody.